Yeah, I was a cultural consultant on Moana too, and a producer and director on the Hawaiian language Moana too. Because of the work that I do in the language and the community, people at Disney reached out to see if I would be open to consulting on the film Moana 2. And that was my first introduction to being a part of a Disney project. That was amazing. And as that process came to a conclusion and we had Moana 2 and it was a huge success, we knew we wanted to do it in Olelo, Hawaii in Hawaiian. And so we created the Hawaiian language Moana. And it was an honor to do that for our community and for our children. And now it's on Disney Plus in Olelo, Hawaii. My family, at a very young age, they heard about the Punana Leo, which is the language nest. And they wanted to enroll me because we had a family member who only spoke to us in Hawaiian. But at that time in Hawaii, it was very rare to have any young people speaking. And so they started these schools to train the young people how to learn. And so when the schools first opened, my parents put me in. They also committed to learning. And so they didn't learn language growing up, but they committed to it. They dove in, they took classes. I went through the programs and learned, and we were the very first generation of language immersion students to graduate from the schools. So we went from our preschool years all the way through high school. For me, been honored to share Awa all over the world with our Kanu Hokulea and with Uncle Randy and Kamehameha schools. The education around, the knowledge around Awa is important. And my family and I've kind of committed to that. And so from very young age, he learns how to be a part of it, how to help clean up first, and then how to sit and be a part of the ceremony, and then to start how to make. And then he's almost to the point where now he can speak about it and share about it more clearly. It's important for me as a father to see that, and I'm very proud of him. But yeah, it's our students all have different families with different skill sets as well. 3 drinks in Hawaii: water, coconut water, and awa. Awa could be used ceremonially. Today we'll share awa socially with you so you can try it. To pray that water continues our life on this planet. We're going to add a little bit of coconut water. Is that okay?
And so usually when we have Awa ceremony, we'll do a chant or a prayer for the water.
Ya kane luho nua luho I mai la ka honua. Ya kane huli ko a huli na ko a ina na ko akai. Ya kane ko wai o la huli mai la ho I kai me ko wai. Ya kane ko poha ka ho ia ka a.
E aina ke kamaihi. Inui ka awa laulani ka awa akan I ka nua I ka hiki.
When we receive our apu, our shell, we start to give thanks. We do a little stir, then we splash behind us to acknowledge our ancestors who came before. And we splash in front to acknowledge our children and those that we serve. And in Hawaiian, when we drink, we say kamo.
Kamo.
And the kako kamo.
Kamo.
And we drink it fast. Please enjoy trying some awa. Again, it'll make your tongue a little bitter, but good to try.
祖先，一口干。
孩子啊，或者是可能你未来的家人这些东西。
苦吗？
没有苦茶苦，没有人生苦。
说到祝福了，耶！
Our culture is who we are. It's an important part of our identity. And for a very long time, our culture was suppressed. And in today's time, we're trying to normalize language and culture for our students. And so these students in particular at Kamehameha are a part of the Hawaiian Ensemble program. And these students are tasked with learning language, culture, but in particular in relation to dance and performance. They learn the ceremonial practices with us in our ho'okahua when we actually do them, when we provide them in the context of honoring the canoes and our canoe families, and honoring our hosts who take care of us in different places. The students live it and do it. That's how they learn it.
We got Paco. Yeah. Next to it, we got Naleo. Then we got Nalani. And then we got Manu. Then we got Noyo. Then we got Aina. And La.
In Hawaii, we're currently occupied by the United States. And as you can imagine, there's a strong influence of American culture and American nationalism, and including the banning of our language and culture. Everybody speaks English pretty well at home. Very few of our people speak Hawaiian. And so we're trying to be a part of that shift and change, trying to support and uplift language and culture in all the ways, including storytelling, of course in hula and music, and in traditional practices.